Good morning and Assalamu alaikum to all of my students. I'm your teacher Sana Kausar again with the new lecture for all of you. First of all, tell me how are you all and how are you feeling during these days? And as the vacations are extended, so we need to be more particular about our school work. So we can say that use this time in a more effective way, and I'm sure that all of my grade three students are very much sensible and they are ready to, that follow my instructions and doing the task, whatever I am assigning you. So, students, let's start our today's lecture. It's lecture number 6, and it's the chapter that belongs to the chapter number 2, and definitely it will be from the workbook 3A, and the chapter name is addition and subtraction. But in this lecture, I am going to just cover the addition. The chapter name is addition and subtraction, my students, but I am going to cover only addition in this lecture, and subtraction is something that I will cover in my next lecture with you all. So without wasting our time, let's move on to our first slide of the day. Yes, here it is. Okay, this is my first slide with you all, and this is addition. It is something that's very easy. That's very easy. How it's very easy? It's very easy because this is something that you are going that's something that you are doing from the last 2 years. Like in grade one, you learned that how to add, and then in grade two, you learn the regrouping. So this is something that's really the same thing that we are doing in this chapter. But I will tell you a few things that are a bit advanced than the grade 2 level, and you need to be very conscious about those things which I am going to tell you in this lecture, because those are the silly mistakes that I will point you for all of you, and make sure that you're not going to repeat those mistakes over here. So whenever we start doing addition, you all know that what you need to do. You always start your work from the ones, from your right side. Don't start your addition from the left side because it will make your question wrong. So always start your addition from your right hand side. This is a small trick that I told you, that just remember it, that this is the point where you can start it, because as a teacher, I know that most of my students start solving the questions from their left side, which make their questions most of the time wrong, especially in case of grouping. So this is something you need to focus on. Always start the addition from the right side. So let's start adding 6 and 3. Our first task is add 6 and 3, which is very easy. So let's start it. Count after 3 and take out your 3 fingers as I explained you, and as you know that how to add it. So make sure that in the simple digits, till the digits 10, you can take out the fingers very easily. Okay, so first start counting from 6 onward and make sure your 3 fingers should be in front of you. So count after on your fingers: 6, 7, 8, 9. So what is our answer? That is 9. So you are going to write down 9 over here, and let's move on to our next number. Okay, whenever we add 0 in any number, you know that the number will be same. It will not change when you add 9 and 0. 0 means nothing, so the 9 number will come as it is, and we will mention over here again 9. Okay, now there is a no digit over here for the digit 3 to add up, so you are going to write down 3 as it is, and 2 will also come as it is over here, because there is a no digit over there in the second row for them to add up. See, this is very easy, and this is the first page of your workbook, and it's very easy for all of you to just brainstorm all the students to Just remember that how to add. So I am going to solve only two questions of this page because this page is what I can say in the classroom to all of you. It's a baby page. It's a baby page means something that's very easy, a piece of cake to do it. So I used to tell you that this is a baby work, just like work. It's a kind of a work that babies can also do, like babies of grade 1 and 2 can easily do it. So all of you champs are students of grade 3. So it is going to be a very easy work. Now add 8 and 3, 8 and 8 and 0. Sorry, not 3. 8 and 0. So what will be the number? The number will say come as it is. There is no change in the number because 0 means nothing. So 8 will come as it is. Now 4 and 5. It's totally up to you that take out the big number in your mind and take out the finger, or just put the big number in your mind and take out the fingers of the smaller number. Or most of the students do that, they just keep the big number in small first number in their mind and the second number they take out in your finger. So I'm just doing it according to the second method, that I'm keeping the 4 digit in my mind and taking out the 5 fingers, because it will help you in subtraction too. Keeping the bigger number in your mind is also very helpful for you. So in subtraction you will also remember that always make sure that the top number will come in your mind and then you will subtract the smaller number in it. So just count after it: 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What is the answer? 9. Yes, so I'm going to write down 9 over here. 2 will come as it is because there's a no number to add up, and 8 will also come as it is. Okay. Okay, the rest of the two examples are very easy. That's why I'm not solving it. I'm leaving this page of your workbook on all of you because this is very easy stuff. Okay, look at the smiley face of the students, how much, that happy they all are. Look at this, the big smile, because this is such a easy work that they can easily do. So that's why I was thinking about you all. So I selected this picture for you. Without wasting the time, students, let's move on to the second step. Okay. Yes, let me first erase my board because I just need to clean up all the stuff. Yes, I'm here again. Okay. Addition with regrouping. Regrouping is something where you need to, you can say that, carry on the numbers. First rule of this kind of addition is that always start from your ones, because this is 1, this is 10, this is 100, and this is 1000. So I just mentioned over here for all of you, 1000 is something that we are going to mention with the th. So always start addition from the one side, which is called your right side. Never ever start your subtraction from the, you can say, the left side of your hand, because it will make your questions totally wrong. You can check it by solving it in a two different way as well. So let's add. In this grouping sessions, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to keep the bigger number in my mind and I'm taking out the 2 fingers. And it's totally up to you whether you keep the 2 in your mind and take out the 9 fingers. And start, let's reading it. I'm for my, you can say that, from a quick answer, I'm just keeping the 9 in my mind. 9 is the number that I'm keeping in my mind, and I'm going to take out 2 fingers. Okay, count after 9. 9, 10, 11. What is my answer? That is 11. Yes. So what you can do, you will write down the 2 digit over here for yourself in the side corner, and you will write down the right number, right side of your number again over here. And this is the first rule of the subtraction. You are not allowed to write down the 2 digits at the ones place, because ones means only one. So what you're gonna do, you are just going to carry on the next number and you will write it down on the top. I just erase my one strength to get the particular space for it. So I just mentioned my one number as a carry on the top of the second number. we just stick into it. Not you can say that write down 1 over here. No, no, no. You will not write down the 1 on the 2 and 7. No, just the next number, which is, that right after the 2, you will pass it. Now add 4 and 0. 4 and 0 means, students, what will be the answer? Your answer will be again 4. And don't forget to add your carry on number in it. So what will be your answer? That is 5. Yes, that is 5. Okay, I'm just mentioning it 5 over here. Okay, so let's move on to the next number, that is 2. For 2, we don't have any number under it, and no number is to, you can say that, add in a carry on section. So I will write 2 as it is, and 7 has also the same situation. So I'm going to write 7 over here again. Okay, yes, that's the way to solve it. Don't forget to do this row first because it will help you a lot in the 2 and 3 digits addition. Let's move to my question number B, which is at 7 and 3. So keep the bigger number in your mind, students, and take out the smaller numbers, fingers, so it will help you to get the answer quickly. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, my answer is 10. So I will mention this 10 on the side of this question, and it will help me to point out that the right number, the right side of your hand number will come under over here, and the next number will be carry on. Yes, that's the way to do it. Yes. Sometimes what the students do, they just mention the 1 over here and 0 will be carry on. This is totally wrong. So please mention the number on the side of the question, so it will help you that which number you need to write down below and which number you need to carry on. Okay, here we have a big digit, that is 9 and 7 that we need to add up. So let's start it. Start counting from 10 onward and take out your 7 fingers. All of you, you have to count before the teacher. So take out your fingers and start counting it. Okay, tell me what will be the answer. Anyone? Anyone who figured it out? Yes, 7, 9 and 7 makes the answer is 16. And over here, don't forget to add the carry on number. So what will be the answer now? Yes, answer will be 17. So as it is, write down 17 over here and mark the number which you are going to write below. Okay, yes, my right side hand number will be, the right side of the number will come over here, 7, and 1 will be carry on. Again, just don't forget to add the carry on. I saw that sometimes students forgot to add the carry on number, which also makes their questions wrong. So when now we have no number to add in 2, only the carry on number we have. So 2 and 1 makes 3. So I'm going to write down 3. And we don't have any number to add or carry on number in 5. So 5 will come as it is. That's the answer. Yes, very nice, very good. Students, this process will help you. Writing the number on the side will really help you to avoid any kind of mistake. So let's move to my next question, that is part C. Over here I have. Let's count 9 and 3. So 9 numbers should be in the mind and 3 on your finger. 9 in your mind, 3 in your fingers. 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm sure that, okay, most of my students will know the answers before I tell you. So please count the numbers with me. Okay, my answer is 12. So I'm going to point out this number, that this is my number. 2 will come over here, and 1 will be the carry on. Okay, I just circle it to make sure I remember it to add up. Okay, 9 and 6. So 9 in your mind and 6 on your fingers. So count it: 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes, 15 in my answer. And over here, the carry on number is there. So it's telling me what will be the answer. I'm going to add it. Don't forget to add this number. So what is my new number? 15 and 1 makes 16. Yes. So write down the 6 over here to make sure which number you're going to write. 6 will be over here at the under the number answers place, and 1 will be carried on. Yes. Lovely. Now my students, we have a numbers 4 and 2 to add up. So 4 in your mind and 2 in your finger. 4, 5, 6. And what will be the one? 7. 7 is my answer. So let's write down 7 over here. And 2 has again no number to add up. So it will come as it is 2. Don't forget to write it down. Okay, part D is something that I would like to do with all of you in a bit fast way. Okay, for my you can say that fast students. Okay, for all my students who can do fastly. So, and the students who are a bit reluctant, you should learn it. Okay, this is something that should be on your fingertips to do the addition quickly. But please, 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 no mistakes. Okay, 8 in your mind, 1 in your finger. What will be my answer? 9. No need number 2. Carry on. So I will write down 9 over here. 7 and 3. 7 in your mind, 3 in your finger. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, I'm going to mention it over here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to mention 0 over here, and 1 will be the carry on. Okay. 9 in your mind, 4 in your finger. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, 13 is my answer, and don't forget to add carry on. So my answer is 14. So I'm going to write down 14 over here. I'm going to mark the number over here 4, and 1 will be the carry on again. Oh yes, we got again carry on. 4 and 1 makes 5. So our answer is 5. Yes, this is something that you can solve very easily with this method without any error, without any mistake. I observe that sometimes my students say, ma'am, it's a piece of cake, it's really easy, but still they do a lot of mistakes. So I would like to, or I want all of my students to be perfect in their addition and subtraction, no chance of any mistakes in it. Okay, let me erase my screen from all the previous work so you can see the notes, just like we can see that your classroom board. So let me just clear the page. Okay, over here, do you know, can you see that? Why I pasted this picture? Because I just remember my students how they were just raising their hand, ma'am, I know the answers, I know the answers, I know the answers. So that's why I pasted this picture over here, because it reminds me to all of my students and my class environment. Okay, this is again, I told you this whole lecture is about addition. So you just learned a few tricks that which can make your addition perfect. And I will also telling you side by side all the mistakes that you can do that. Okay, you can see that the first digits that are given over here is 6,558, and the next number are 77. Yes. So the main important thing is their placement, where you are placing the numbers. That's a very important thing. If you by chance mention the top number and you just without even thinking, you are in hurry and you just know the answer, you're 100% confident, you just mention the 7 over here. So my kids, you are doing a very big mistake. I will not call it a silly mistake. I will say it's a big mistake that you will do, that you mention the numbers at the wrong place. It will make your question absolutely wrong. No chance of getting a single marks after this mistake. So keep that thing in your mind, because you know that in these two digits, 7 is at the ones place and other 7 is at the tens place. And in the top digits, which number is at the ones place? 1, 10. You can mention it like this as well. Then 110, so on. So I'm not mentioning. So 1 will come under the ones place, and tens will come under the tens place. You can see that 7 and 5, they both are at their own places. That's values 1, so I mention it over here. And this 7 is at the tens place, so I mention it over here. So after writing them at the correct place, now Your question is ready to solve. Okay, so I'm keeping the bigger number in my mind, that is 8, and I am just putting the, you can say that 7 over here in my finger. So 8 in your mind, 7 in your finger. Let's count fast. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. What will be my answer? That is going to be 15. Yes. So after writing the 15, you know that what you're gonna do, you will write down at this point 7, 5, 15. I'm not doing that thing again. Okay, let me do it once more time. That's what I'm going to tell you. 15. So which number will come over here? 5 will be under over here, and 1 will be the carry on. Okay. Now move fast. 7 in our mind, if 5 in our fingers. Let's count it. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What will be our answer? 12. Oh, our answer is 12. No, don't forget to add carry on. Our answer will be 12 and 1 make answer 13. So I'm going to write 3 over here and 1 will be to carry on. Okay, so 5 and 1 make 6 and 6 will come as it is. Yes, that's the way. Very good, very good. Don't laugh on my numbers, okay? I'm just writing it just because of you, that to understand it. Okay, this question is, you need to think again, because in the first digit is given in hundreds, that is 849, 3578. So just mention the first number and the rest of the numbers will come as it is. That's our ones, tens, and hundreds. And then 3 is the number which will be remain, you know, that they're empty because there is a no number in thousands in the question, in part one side of the number. So we will remain keep this place empty. No, we will not mention any number over here. And I'm again repeating, my students, if you start filling the number from this side, like if you write down 8 over here, then my students, the question will go totally wrong, totally wrong. So please, please, please don't do this mistake. Okay, let's start it. Let's start it. 8 in our mind, 9 in our mind, 8 in our fingers. So let's do quickly. 8. Start counting it. Okay, I'm not telling you the answer. You guys tell me what will be the answer. Can you tell me? Yes, I know the answer. The answer is 17. So I'm going to write down 7 over here and I'm going to give 1 as a carry on. Yes, on the top of it. Okay, I was just writing it in a text style to make it look beautiful. 7 in our mind, 4 in our fingers. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Our answer is 11. No, don't forget to add carry on. The answer will be 12. So I'm going to write down 2 over here and 1 will be the carry on again. Okay, 8 in our mind, 5 in our fingers. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 is the answer. Don't forget to add carry on, which make it 14. So we'll write down 4 over here and 1 will be the carry on again. Okay, we got the number to add it. 3 and 4. So don't forget to mention your numbers over here. Let's write down the number answers of these questions. That is, first answer has 6,635. That's the answer that we will write down on this side. And the next has 4,427. Yes, that's the answer. Okay, let me just first raise my boat, because again, when I will move on to the next slide, it will create, you know, that it will spoil the picture. So let me just raise it in a quick style to avoid, and you can say that heard it in the next slide. Yes, the next slide is my favorite one. Okay, before going to move on to the again addition number, I would like to read this book for all of my students. Look at the picture. The teacher is asking a question to her students in a word problem style, and look at the student face. It's so funny. It's so funny. So I'm going to read the teacher questions for all of you. What she's saying. Let's say you caught a five fish and I caught three. What would we have? The teacher is saying, if I have a five, if I caught five fish, you caught five fish, and I caught three. So what we will have after that? After that, so the student don't know that how to add. You can see that the answer side is empty. So what he says a fry fish, a fish fry. Oh my god, that's so funny that he is unable to add and he is thinking about the fried fish, or you can say that the fish will be fried, and after you can say that they caught the fish and they will fry the fish. So that I don't know the addition, but I know that all of my students know that how to add. So let's have another type of a question for all of you that is very interesting. Find the sum of each pair number. As I told you, pair is the word that we use for two numbers, pairs. Like socks has socks pair, or you can say that these things are also in two numbers, two forms, two things are in it. For example, a pair of socks. So pair of socks means there are two socks in it. Definitely we can't wear one. So we need a pair of socks always. So pair means we are two questions will be given, two numbers will be given that you need to add up. So this is a question that we can do directly. How, I will tell you, and I'm sure my students can easily solve it. In this question, they didn't give any space for you in the workbook to solve. It's totally up to you, my students, that you can do the rough work and solve it. It's very easy. How you can do the rough work? Let me tell you. Mention the first number, that is 9, 1, 4, 3. That's the number that to add up. And I told you the next digits are the 52. So should I write it over here or under the 5? Is it correct? No, it's wrong. Yes, I just started from the wrong side. Make my question totally wrong. I will write mentioning from the back side, that is 2 and then 5. So what you're gonna do, students, you can just add it. It's totally up to you. Just add it and find out your answers over here. But I'm just telling you another way of adding it. The 2 is at the ones place and 5 is at the hundredth, tenth place, sorry, not hundredth. And in this digit, 3 is at the ones place and 4 is at the tenth place. So let's start counting the numbers of ones and ones with each other. Look at this. 3 and 2. Let's add it. 3 and 2 makes 3, 4, 5. So my number at the 5th place will be 5. Now add tens and tens. Tens and tens means 4 and 5. Okay, these two numbers we are going to add up. This is a direct method that I'm telling you. That 5 and 4 makes 9. So I mentioned 9. There is a no number that I carry on. So the rest of the two numbers will come as it is. That is 1 and 9. It's so easy without doing the so much rough work over here. You can solve it directly too, and it's totally your choice whether you can do the proper rough work or whether you can solve it over here like this. So let's move to the question B, that is add 2 and 2. So I'm going to mention ones with ones. Look at this. All the digits are same. To make you confused, please make sure that this ones and these, this is the ones and this is the ones. So you're going to add these two numbers. 2 and 2 makes 4. Let me add tens and tens. 2 and 0 makes 2. So I mention the 2 over here. 3 is at the hundredth place and over here 2 is again. So 5 and 2 makes 7. So I mentioned the 7 over here. And there's a no thousand digit. 3 is only thousand over here. So it will come as it is. This is something, my dear students, that you can learn only with the practice. Only with the practice you can solve this Very well, because practice makes man perfect. Yeah. So let me erase my board. I'm sure you all understand my trick that I explained you, and I give you an option to do your rough work as well. But for all of my genius students, for all of my brilliant students, all my students who are very much brilliant, I'm sure they all can easily solve it in this method too. So this is something that helps you to learn the new tricks. Let's move on to the next slide. And this is almost the last slide for you. Don't get bored. Okay, over here I am. This is a question that is going to be mentioned through the this tile, and the boxes are given. They are actually checking your placement skills. The main idea of this type of question is to teach the students not to do mistakes when putting the numbers at their proper places. Proper places means you are going to put the number at their right place. As I previously told you, if you put the ones number at the hundreds place or thousands place, your question will be totally wrong, and there's no chance of getting any marks in it. So let's start putting my first number, which I have. First of all, mark for yourself. You can do that one thing to make sure you are starting writing it correctly, that mention the ones for you. This is the ones place and this is the ones place. I just telling you a small trick that mention both the ones places. It means these two numbers we should start writing from the right side of your hand. For example, when we are writing this 2176, make sure you will start writing it from the very right side of your hand. That is, let's put it, that is 6. What's the next number? That is 7. What's the next number? We have 1. And what's the last number we have? That is 2. Yes, the first numbers are perfectly on their places. So let's start it to the next number that are given, that is our 74. So you know that you mentioned the placement of 4 as a ones, so 6 was also meant once. So make sure 4 and 6 will come together at the same place. So I'm going to mention 4. Start writing it. You can write it from the back side too, and then 4. Yes, now that's the correct way of writing the question. After writing it in this style, you are surely going to solve it correctly. And I'm sure for all of my students. Okay, so let's count it. 6 and 4 makes the answer will be 10. Um, you are going to write down 0 over here, and 1 will be the carry on. That 1 is the number that you need to add on. 7 and 7 makes 14, and when you add 1 in it, your answer is 15. So what you're gonna do, you will write down 5 over here, and what will be the number to carry on? That is number 1, that again you need to carry on. Okay, now 1 and 1 makes 2, so you are going to write down the answer over here, 2. And over here, 2 also don't have any other number to add up, so it will also come over here like this. Yeah, that's the answer. Okay, so again, let's practice it. You guys tell me what I need to do first. Yeah, we first need to just mark the ones placements. That once shows it's the starting point, or you can say that, of the number. Although it sounds come in the end, but this is the starting point: ones, tens, hundred, thousand. Okay, so let's start putting it from the back side. Okay, let's start it quickly. That is 6, then 7, back side. I'm writing it from the back side. Then 0, and the last number that we have is 3. Yes. Now moving on to the next row, we know that which number is at the ones place, that is 3. So 3 and 6 should become under each other. So I will start writing it from the back side. I will write 3, and we have 9. Then we have again another number that is 9. Yes. So just add it now. It's going to be very easy, I'm sure. 6 and 3 makes 9. So just mention it, no number to carry on. Okay, the next number is 9 and 7. So 9 in your mind, 7 in your finger. So my answer will be 16. If there is any number to carry on, no. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write down 6 over here and 1 will be the carry on. Yes, just mention it. Don't forget to add it. 9 and 0 makes 9, and when we add 1, the answer is 10. So what I'm going to write down over here, I'm going to write down 0 over here, and 1 will be the carry on. Yes. Okay, 3 and 1 makes, the answer is 4. Yes, that's interesting. I'm sure that you all understand today's lecture. Okay, let me first view the homework of the day, and then I have a very lovely video for all of you. Okay, so let me again, I need to raise my board. Read the RA during this time. Okay, all of my students read the RA. You are going to complete your addition topic of workbook page number 19 till 24. And might be I find it that you guys find that ma'am it's very lengthy homework that you give. So I'm giving you 2 days to complete this task. Okay, watch the video till the next lecture. Bye bye. Take care of you. I miss you all. Soon we will all get back to the classroom. Enjoy. Okay. Take care. Bye bye. I share the link over here as well, so you can click on the link and you can watch this video also, and you can type the on the YouTube that addition with the rule age grouping 3-digit version, so you can watch this video too. Okay. Bye bye.